Zygarde. Used to be a friendly dog, but is a complete monster at its last form. Defeating this Pokemon may take some tries, but it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Before I break down the strategies, let's talk about some of the Pokemon recommended to use for this battle. Zygarde is a dragon and a ground type, so its weaknesses would be Ice, Dragon, and Fairy. The best MVP for beating Zygarde in my opinion is Xerneas. Fun fact is you could actually beat the whole Zygarde battle with just one Xerneas. The only part where it gets challenging is when Zygarde starts to throw the laser beams at the trainer at its 100% form, which makes us quickly faint, and I'll explain more on that later. But you'll be guaranteed to have a Xerneas once you go to the post game, and it's already level 75. This is optional, but you can use rare candies to level it up more. I leveled mine up to level 80. Its high base defense also lets it survive longer in battle. Xerneas is the only legendary Pokemon out of all the legendaries to have its signature move to be a status move, but that doesn't mean it's weak. Geomancy is actually the best move in its moveset. Xerneas not only increases its special attack and special defense, but it lets it move way quicker. And speed is key when it comes to these battles, because all these cooldowns are gonna make Zygarde attack us more, so we have to be throwing moves out quickly. And if Xerneas has high speed, it could also move faster with us, while we're running to dodge the attacks from Zygarde. Since it can't Mega Evolve, you can make Xerneas hold an item, which I made it hold a Quick Claw. I showed how to get a Quick Claw in the previous video, but it helps even if it's a few seconds early for Xerneas to land the hits. The best thing to do is to always spam the super effective moves, and not just fairy types for Xerneas, but if you have ice type Pokemon like Obama Snow and Frostlass. Before entering into this battle, you may want to consider exchanging your colorful screws for upgrades to your green canary plush. This lets the trainer endure more hits without blacking out, and bring plenty of healing items like max potions and max revives to survive the whole Zygarde battle. Okay, so now we enter Wild Zone 20. The beginning is the easy part. It's just playing a game of tag because the dog is just gonna be running around, and all you have to do is just keep holding on to the ZL button so that you let your Pokemon focus onto the Zygarde. I always start with Geomancy, and as we see, Geomancy is on a cooldown, and that's actually the duration of how much Geomancy stays active. Once it lights up again is when we have to use Geomancy again to activate the status boosts. Since Xerneas' speed went up, we could noticeably tell that it's running much quicker now, and fairy type moves come in clutch. The move Mega Horn is good too. It deals 120 power, and using Horn Leech continually restores Xerneas' HP. So it's just a pattern I'm doing using all my 3 other moves, and when the time comes, we use Geomancy again and again. You don't have to worry about dodging moves when it's in the dog form, only when it transforms into the 50% snake form. So once it does, we could quickly press the X button to heal up Xerneas, and begin to use Geomancy again. The 50% snake form is also pretty simple, just like the dog form. All we need to do is just keep on using the Moonblast and all the super effective moves. And it doesn't matter if Xerneas doesn't have to Mega Evolve. I mean, it doesn't even have a Mega Evolution form yet. So yeah, once you see it charging up when the green light is becoming strong and you see it like winding up the power, then immediately we have to run away, and I advise pressing the down arrow on the button of the Nintendo Switch to switch back your Pokemon to make sure that it's not on the battlefield, because it's gonna get hit a lot and your Pokemon will faint. So a pattern I like to do when Xerneas starts to throw out these things on the ground is to just count like 1, 2, 3 and then jump, and then 1, 2, 3. It's kind of like a rhythm, like you count a little bit of seconds, like milliseconds, and then you jump, and it's like a pattern. You could anticipate it the more you do it. And after it's done throwing out all those attacks, we send out Xerneas again and continue to just spam the moves. And also Mega Horn really is good because it shifts the positioning of Xerneas. So sometimes it will help when dodging the attacks that Zygarde likes to do, which is like the Rock Tombs or giving out the Dragon Pulse. And the good thing is that Zygarde is Dragon type, so I mean it's not going to do much damage against Xerneas. So once again, if it starts winding up, we immediately send back Xerneas and then keep rolling on the ground. Make sure to stay far away from Zygarde if your screen starts to turn black in the border, because that means that you're about to faint, and you want to make sure that you also don't get hit. It's not just the Pokemon. Make sure that you also don't get hit from these attacks. because sometimes you could just get hit with a surprise attack. So once again, we could see on the right side that due to the Quick Claw, the Xerneas is starting to move much quicker, and we're going to continue to use our max potions like in and out. You could just hover around the X button. Honestly, the snake form is like pretty anticipatory, but once you start to get to the last form, which is like, it looks like the final boss, that's when it gets extremely difficult. So my best tips is to continue doing the same thing that you're doing, but once Zygarde starts to go out of the sky and out of the battlefield, Zygarde will draw a pattern on the ground. Once it draws the pattern, you will only have a few seconds to get to the non-glowing areas before it explodes. That means that you have to immediately go to the borders, the green area, the lines, all the way at the end of the battlefield, or else you're gonna get hit really badly. So try to go for the corners. It's basically like a volcano eruption. Like eventually the green light is gonna come up and then you're gonna die. So you have to make sure you go on those little small pieces of the ground where it's not glowing green. And this is why I do advise to get the green canary plushes while you collect all your green colorful screws. Like if you just started with no plushes at all, then you probably would have fainted at that moment. And also for the earthquakes, you want to stand in the spaces between the cracks to completely avoid taking damage. It will help you avoid most of the attacks. And I like how Zygarde is just walking so menacingly. It's like so slow. Make sure as soon as you see that Zygarde is like in the sky, you immediately run straight to the ends. And I know sometimes you are gonna faint and this takes multiple tries. You might not get it the first time. It's gonna take like 2 to 5 times, like a lot of times. But if you're patient enough, eventually you get the hang of it. The best thing is always just focus on the dodging, not really on the attacking. Attacking is mainly when Zygarde is not attacking. When it's just walking slowly, that is when we use our Xerneas and completely just spam the moves over and over again. You could catch in any Pokeball you want. It doesn't matter, like you don't have to catch in any Ultra Balls or any Master Balls. It's guaranteed to stay in the ball. Alright, so to change Zygarde into the 100% form, you could now use the Zygarde Cube, which you get from L at the end of the game. If you go to the key items section in your bag, the Zygarde Cube you could change to your 10% form and your 50% form outside of the battle, but unfortunately you can't change it to the 100% form right away. You'd have to send it out in battle and then make sure that its HP falls to at least a half or a little bit, and then eventually you'll just change automatically to the 100% form. Once it does reach the 100% form, you could also Mega Evolve it if you attach the Zygarde Mega Stone, which is in your bag, the Mega Stone section. I mean, you're not just doing it to the 100% form, but you're also Mega Evolving it, so it's like completely overpowered. You could use it on Wild Zone 17. You could use it on any sort of opponent, just to completely finish the battles quicker. But it is bulky, so it's gonna move a little bit slower compared to other Pokemon, like the fast ones. It moves very slowly, so the speed is not that good. And also, it's forbidden to use this in ranked mode. Obviously, you wouldn't want to have Mega Zygarde in battle. Everyone would just win at that point. That is all for beating Zygarde. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos, and goodbye.